What's going on, guys? So today I want to talk to you guys about what's the player's approach when it comes to dealing and interacting with women, right? So, what is the secret that a lot of these players possess that the average guy just doesn't know? He's just unaware of what the player does in order to get all these options, to get all these women chasing after him, all these women, knocking down his door in the middle of the night hoping to get a kiss from him, right? Kind of stuff, man. So this is what you want to realize. Okay. When you think of a player, think about this. Why is a player a player? A player is a player because he has confidence, he has abundance, right? When he meets a woman, he's not necessarily extremely invested in her emotionally up front, right? He's a challenge. The woman is the one that needs to be pursuing him, right? And that naturally makes the woman think, okay, wait a second. Since I'm pursuing him, then that must mean that he's better than me in some regard, right? That must mean that he's a little bit better than me. He has more SMV than me. You know, his sexual market value is higher than mine. And we all know that women want to sleep with men that they perceive to be better than them, right? Have you ever seen a woman wanting to kiss or sleep with or even date a guy that she perceives to be less valuable or less attractive than herself? Obviously not, right? So women are hypergamous. So they always want to be with the man that is better than them in whatever way that might be, whether that's looks, status, income, he might have a better car. It could be anything, right? So that's how their brain is wired, really. So, you know, the player does this subconsciously without even realizing that he's doing this, right? Because a player already has women. He already has women that are interested in him. So when he meets another woman, he's not going to be desperate. He's not going to be thirsty. He's not going to double text. He's not going to over pursue. He's not going to decrease her attraction by showing too much interest, being clingy, doing all these different things that the average guy does, right? So when the player meets a woman, he's naturally a little bit more reserved, a little bit more cold, relaxed. He's a little bit more disconnected in a way, especially in the beginning, and that is powerful. Women perceive that to be alpha. This is what they view as alpha, is when you don't like them that much, right? So the player does this without realizing. So what if I told you that whether you are or not a player is irrelevant because you can mimic the behaviors of a player and get the results that you want, get the women that you want to be chasing you? How? Let's get into it, man. So here's how you do it, right? You never want to be, especially in the beginning, you never want to be too interested, too invested, right? You never want to be desperate or thirsty, like, hey, for example, okay, let's say you ask her, hey, let's go on a date on Friday at 8 p.m., right? I'll pick you up. And then we can, whatever, watch a movie, cook dinner at my place, whatever, right? Let's say she says, oh, I'm sorry, I can't. That's it. She doesn't try to reschedule. She doesn't do something else. She just says, I can't. A lot of these average guys, what they do is they double text. Well, okay, well, how about Saturday? How about Sunday? How about Monday? Dude, what? You just met her. Like you just literally just met her. She's a stranger. Why are you giving her that much priority in your life? Right? So the player would respond with something like, oh, okay, no problem. All right, have a good night. Thank you. Or something like that. Like, you don't have to be a dickhead or anything, but you can just say, all right, it's okay. Don't worry about it. And that naturally now the ball is in her park. She should be the one hitting you up if she wants to reschedule and if she wants to go on a date. Now you just let it marinate. You're not gonna text her. You just let it marinate, man. All right. You're not gonna double text. You're not gonna ask her out on another date after she flaked on you. Okay. So now this shows that you have self-respect. And give it a month or not even a month, give it like 2 weeks. This happened to me a lot. Give it like 2 weeks. She will end up reaching out to you saying, Damn, I'm so sorry. I just had a crazy past 2 weeks. Here, let's meet on this day. And if you're free on that day, tell her, all right, sounds good. We're gonna meet on that day. Okay. But you're just not pursuing, you're not chasing, you're not like desperate. Women can smell it when you're desperate. Women can smell it from 10 miles away. If a guy is desperate and he doesn't have options and he's on a dry spell, like they can tell. All right, they can tell. Trust me. You're not slick, man. All right, they can tell. So that's why it's a good idea to, if you're single especially, it's a good idea to, kind of like date multiple women, date around, date women. You don't necessarily have to sleep with all of them at the same time. Like, I'm not saying at the same time, like in the same day, in the same hour, but you get what I'm saying. You don't have to necessarily be sleeping with them all consistently. You can just choose one out of them all that you like the most to be sleeping with. But it's a good idea to like still date other women casually. Like, go on dates, grab a coffee, grab lunch, grab dinner, whatever. If you can, whatever, go watch a movie with her, whatever the fuck you want to do, right? Go to the gym with one of them every once in a while. What this does is it gives you like more of an abundance mindset. So where the woman that you do like the most, now you're not going to be too attached. You're not going to be too clingy because in the back of your head, hey, you know what? I'm talking to Samantha. Emily's going with me to the gym every Thursday. Susan is coming over every Tuesday, Wednesday and cooking me dinner. It's like you just have an abundance mindset naturally because you're spending time and socializing with different women. Okay. So this is the best approach, in my opinion. This is how players do it. This is the players, strategy, basically. All right. So you can do this too, man. You don't have to be the most attractive guy. You don't have to be in shape. You don't even have to be any of these things. As long as you have the mindset of abundance and the mindset that, you can get women and women are interested in you, even if one of them flakes, one of them rejects you, so what? If you have that mindset, then that's pretty much all you need, really. All right. Peace.